What's up everybody, this is Reese here from C Manga and welcome to my review of Fairy Tail chapter 379, King of Hades. So you know what, I actually did really enjoy this chapter. I think like the beginning to all the Taurus arcs, they're turning out to be like a really good read. And it just still goes on through, you know, there's obviously a couple down moments, but they're not really proper down moments. It's just kind of like my opinion as what I think would have worked a bit better. Example of that is obviously the last chapter with the whole Wendy being saved at the end. I think it kind of would have been nice to be saved for this week, but you know, obviously that would have kept us in suspense a bit more. But either way, pretty good chapter, you know. Obviously with Wendy stopping face, everyone's magic stayed intact, which obviously came as like a really big surprise. All the demons are like, what the hell's going on? How did it, you know, not activate? Obviously them thinking the whole easel's there, it definitely go ahead. They definitely was not expecting Wendy to unleash, you know, her full Dragon Slayer powers, but whatever. Yeah, Dragon Force. Almost forgot it there for a second. So yeah, Nuts and Lucy, they basically continue their battle with Fran. Franny gets like really pissed off because obviously the fact that this thing hasn't worked, so why hasn't it worked? This whole operation is worth 100,000 souls. He's just got a bit crazy, you know, just flipping out. But it doesn't matter pretty much to him anyway. He just ends up like quadrupling his efforts, kind of thing. He ends up like now beginning to absorb Natsu and Lucy and Happy's souls at the same time. So the guys are pretty screwed at the moment, considering how it's like once he grabs onto him, he's gonna take out either way. Obviously the whole thing of like magic's not working against him, so yeah, they're just screwed. They're moments away from getting their souls taken away. They don't really have a proper way to combat him, so yeah, the only thing they can really do now to hold on is just rely on their hopes and dreams to keep their souls in their body. Natsu, he's obviously like dreaming about one day reuniting with Igneel. Happy, he's basically lusting after Carla, which is I thought was pretty funny. Lucy, she's just like a bit, you know, what exactly is it that she wants? She's obviously thinking her friends, the guild, and then it's like celestial spirits. So thanks to the celestial spirits, thanks to her thinking of all of them, obviously it keeps she's able to keep her soul intact. And then at the spur of a moment, because she's thinking of her celestial spirits and like obviously them being absorbed, she's like just shouts out, "Gate closed," you know, and just starts closing their gates one by one. So obviously she closes Tauros, then Ares. They both pop out of Fran, and he's just like, "What the hell's going on?" He looks like in pain and everything. So I guess that's kind of like the soul's actually been ripped out of him. It's kind of, you know, a little reverse situation on him. So then the next bit, obviously, that made me and probably a lot of you guys laugh a lot. You know, when she's just like, "Natsu, gate closed." It's like, what? Obviously that this little moment of that confusion there kind of did confuse Fran a bit, because obviously he's thinking, wait a minute, Natsu, you're a frigging celestial spirit as well. That means like if I'm going to absorb you, you can just get pulled out of me and cause me this pain. So that little hesitation there allowed them to kind of just break free of the little curse which Fran was about to pull out. So then now obviously the question comes with, how the hell are they going to beat this guy, seeing as how they can't use magic, he's just going to absorb it. So the answer to that is, well, Natsu picks up a giant friggin' rock and starts beating the living crap out of him. Which was just friggin' crazy. It's like, what the hell? He decks him in the face first, then pulls out a big ass rock and just goes to pound town on him, just beating him down. So in the end he ends up flattened out, defeated, and all the 10,000 souls that he's been like harbouring all this time just burst out into the atmosphere and obviously being released to their original owners. But before that, obviously, Hades' soul, it ends up materializing for a second to kind of give Lucy and Natsu a little way of how to defeat the demons in the long run, kind of thing. He says for Makarov to go and release the light under Fairy Tail. So this obviously means the Lumen Historia is actually going to play a big part in the coming chapters. I'm guessing that it might be Luxus who's going to be the one to use it, seeing as how like Makarov obviously told Luxus about it and everything. So he might unleash it and use it to stop End from being released, or defeat End once he is released. So yeah, that there was obviously the main part of this chapter. But elsewhere, the battle between Urza and Kyoya, it comes to like a little bit of a close at the moment, with Kyoya basically escaping after the whole magic not being like stopped thing. She's like, okay, now I've got to go release the seal on End. So that's basically kind of like a plan B at the moment. But just before she leaves, she ends up like leaving the battle to the newly demonized Minerva. So yeah, that's right. Urza versus Minerva Part 2 is finally going to begin, and this is actually a battle which I've been waiting for. I've actually been it's going to be a really good battle, you know. I've really been looking forward to seeing like what Minerva's new power-up is going to be, because obviously she was quite strong before. Well, I don't know whether you call her strong or just sadistic. But either way, you know, she's got a nice little power boost now, and we're gonna see exactly how strong she has become. Seeing as how Urza took her out pretty easily once she got back to her adult form. So, part 2 of the battle, cannot wait to see it. So yeah, that there is pretty much, you know, this chapter. I thought it was quite good. Lots of stuff happened. Nice little kind of ha ha moment in the middle, which actually didn't. That actually did take me by surprise a little. It actually was kind of funny because I was actually thinking, like, how the hell are they gonna get out of this? Is like I was thinking, oh god, it's gonna be a whole power of friendship thing, but the way it was executed, I thought was really, really good. So yeah, like I said, I thought it was a really good chapter. But what did you guys think? You can let me know in your comments below. As usual, enjoyed the chapter, give it a little thumbs up, really helps out a lot. And don't forget to check out the other stuff we do on the channel. So I'll see you next time.